Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fire Force Chapter 206. When we last left our heroes, Excalibur was forged, and the Boyles disappeared again, because they're still the weirdest characters this series has given us. And there's a talking mole somewhere in here, snooping around an evil old lady at the moment. So this is a series with some weird characters. Also, the Evangelist plan gets closer and closer to completion with a conversation between Yona and Haumea, specifically about the Pi decoding era, which I figure has something to do with Pi being written in the Chinese Amaterasu. So yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen now, because last time not really leave off on a cliffhanger, so let's just jump right on into Chapter 206, Connection. On our cover picture here is Shinra with a third eye on his forehead. Nothing is beyond that eye's sight. And so we open somewhere in Asakusa, recovered and with the Battle of Fuchu behind him. Where is Shinra now? And Shinra is lounging in an Asakusan robe. Let us take care of the cleaning. Don't worry about it. And Shinra is just like sitting there pensively. Conroe opens the door and is shocked to see Shinra there. And Shinra turns to him. Lieutenant Conroe, what are you doing moping in your room? You're fine, aren't you? I need to clean. You're in the way. And Shinra looks down. You've experienced an Adolla Link too, right? Do you remember what you did when it happened? I'm tired of sitting around and waiting. It's time for me to go to Adolla. So is that the next arc? Is that our next mission? And then we cut to somewhere outside, and Benimaru is just like has one foot pressed down on Shinra. Shinra's breathing, but like kind of weakly because he has the foot on his lungs. Come on, you're still holding on to some of that weird strength. Stretch out your limbs, become one with the earth. I asked Lieutenant Conroe how to perform an Adolla Link. Yeah, he told me. What, you gonna just bust on into Adolla on your own? Do you know how to do that? And Benimaru just looks down at him. Nope, not at all. Then what's the point of this? Are you just hazing me again? Doesn't make any damn sense to me, but that doesn't mean I don't know a way. A way? You remember about the hand signs I told you about before? Sorry, let me try that again. You remember about the hand signs I told you about before, yeah? You mean my rapid? And he does the hand sign. That one strengthens the flow of ki to your feet. But there's a lot more to ki than just your feet. So what do I do now? And Benimaru points to his forehead. Specifically where our cover picture had the third eye. Open your third eye. Awaken that, and they say you can connect to outer space, to other dimensions, and more. The human spine contains 7 gates for ki. The third eye is the 6th one, the gate in your forehead. Open that, and they say you'll awaken the eye. They also say after you open the 6th gate, you can then open the 7th gate on top of your head and see the seat of God. Well, in the series that's so fascinated with God, that's definitely going to come up. Now, me, if I'm being honest, I don't believe in gods. Not a lick. Now, if the Evangelist is a god like they say, and you saw Adolla, then it's worth having you give this a try. You figured out Superfire, so I figure you can handle this. So, if I awaken my third eye, I can connect to other dimensions? If I can connect to Adolla, I can find the Evangelist. And Mom. And then we have an image of Sho, after the Evangelist and his mother. So how am I supposed to open the gate? Alright, first off, let all the strength leave your body. Feel the earth with your palms. Close your eyes and merge your spirit with it. Become one with the earth and suppress your ki. As for me, I never felt anything when I did that. Just fell asleep. Feel the earth. Merge my spirit. Become one. Sleep. And then he just falls right asleep. Don't go to sleep, you moron. So yeah, the presence of, ki in this series is kind of vaguely explained in the past. How it's never. I don't quite follow how the hand sign. Maybe given that Benimaru is a more traditional Japanese person than the rest of the Empire, perhaps it's a particularly Japanese belief system that I'm just not very familiar with. But it's always been kind of a weird thing to me. Anyway, all my predecessors could do this, but I don't have any faith. So all I ever got from it was a nice nap. But you? Maybe you're different. And Shinra, Shinra starts to speak. Of course you didn't have belief. You're the god of destruction. People believe in you. And I believe in you too, Captain Shinmon. Benny Marge looks at him like, what the fuck? What the hell are you talking about, kid? Keep going. You'll probably just have a nice nap, though. Okay, I'm gonna go shoot dice. And Shinra tries to meditate, but we see he does fall asleep. The first time I linked with the first pillar was during a dream. Why on earth does Amaterasu look just like Iris? Is she a doppelganger, maybe? Which is, of course, what Sumirai kind of implied back during the Raffles arc. But that means that Shinra is starting to figure that out on his own. But we leave that thought to go check in on Hinawa and Obi. What will we do now? According to the intel from Captain Hibana, a new cataclysm is imminent. Vulcan's forging us new ordnance. I don't know how much the other companies will help us out, but our enemies are preparing, so we need to be mustering all the force we can, too. We're in a hurry, it seems. We need to hope Shinra's training goes like it did with Arthur, but... then later at night, so it seems that Vulcan, Shinra, and Arthur are sharing a room. And Vulcan, sits up and sees that Shinra's not in his bed. And Arthur just opens an eye. Shinra's sleeping outside. Outside? And Shinra's still on the ground, trying to meditate. And we focus in on him, and we see the flames of Adolla. We cut back to Shinra. We see the flames again. And Shinra is now standing in the field of Adolla with Sho. I think he just forced a link with Sho. They both look at each other. Sho! You! And Sho, I think, is still brainwashed, right? Though I imagine seeing Shinra has awoken something in him. We meet again, huh? And he walks towards Sho. Sho, we see, is still sitting in his throne-looking thing in the Nether. Brother. Shinra connected with Adolla on his own. The reunion within a dream creates a new ripple. To be continued chapter 207, Escape. Then there's the popularity poll, which I might do later. Anyway, so yeah, this was a pretty short... it's a chapter with a lot of implications, even if they don't quite go anywhere just yet. Especially because I think Sho wakes up at the end of the chapter. He's no longer... The link is cut really fast, I think. But also the fact that Sho recognizes Shinra, does that mean that the brainwashing is broken? If it is, Haumea will find out real fast, because I don't think Sho is mature enough without the brainwashing to hide that he's broken free. So Haumea will find out what's going on really fast. Assuming that the brainwashing is no longer in place. And even if it is still in place, he might just tell Haumea. But God, I just want to talk about how fucking gorgeous the 2-page spread where Shinra and Sho meet. It's fantastic. That's my thumbnail right there. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, Shinra now has at least has at once successfully manually connected to Adolla on his own. So that's some major progress. Time will tell what he does with that. Track down the Evangelist in Adolla, maybe. Find his mom. If, of course, his mom can be saved, as, again, it's kind of... He hasn't really talked about trying to restore his mom to humanhood. And also, with the knowledge of doppelgangers, I'm really curious how that will work out. So yeah, there's a lot of questions this chapter raises, especially now that Shinra can just, pop on over to Adolla. So there's a whole lot of questions both on... specifically on what he's going to do with that power now. And also how easily he can access it. If it was just a one-time thing, if it's very rare occasions, he'll occasionally slip through. Or if he can just, whenever he wants to, go to Adolla and link with someone. So yeah, that's kind of really all there is to the chapter. There's Key, which is still kind of a weird thing I don't quite understand. Though I do imagine that Seventh Gate and the Seat of God is definitely going to play into the rest of the series. And then yeah, we find out the Vulcans making new weapons. It's kind of up in the air how much the other companies will join in. Company 5, I think, definitely will. 4 probably will, thanks to the White Clouds killing Hog. The first, Kareem and Ho-Yan certainly will. Whether or not they'll get the rest of the first with them, I don't know. And then I'm not sure about any of the others. I think the third definitely won't, of course. Second's a maybe. 6? We haven't really seen the 6th Brigade fight before. There's Kyoko Arg. Huang. No, wait, fuck. What was her name? Kyoko Huang. I was getting her confused with the granddaughter of Hog, who's also in that company. My bad. But she's mostly seemed to do like medical things. Never actually fight. So Company 6 is kind of an enigma. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. Don't really know what I'm talking about. So yeah, Shinra has made intentional connection with Sho. That is the big thing of this chapter, and we should really focus on. And now we'll see what comes of that. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!